welcome to a new episode for World of Tanks walkthroughs. Today we're on Mountain Pass. I'm currently in the E3. We're looking at possible playing a standard battle. I'd like to see different types like an encounter or something, but that'll come later on. Specifically with this map, it's another one where you're looking to try and move and get into position as soon as possible. There's a lot of people that do rush forward, that try and get in choke points or try and get as far forward as possible using cover, so ideally make the decision before you go. You have roughly 4 points of interest, mainly 3 going down the forward, but you want to make sure that people on the left hand side, you can see they're already sort of going down that direction, that there are people there to stop them coming up the hill. This particular spawn is rather good, just on the basis that you are able to get into position relatively quickly, and that little hill spawn on the left hand side is very useful. Coming down, you've got a few tanks going towards the bridge, another place that you're looking to hold off. There is an artillery in the game, so you just have to make yourself aware of that. What you're looking to try and do is just keep the enemy spotted on the end of the bridge and keep them there. You're really looking for this right hand side where I'm heading to is the main action to happen. The idea of you using your own artillery is to pummel them on the other side of the bridge, and if they do pop up on the other side of the water, it might be hittable, but that's all wherever the artillery is located, who they're looking at, and even if they're a platoon. At the moment I'm the only person sort of going down this side. Kind of unusual that you don't find a lot of people going down there because it is a major point. I've highlighted an area for people to try and follow me, but they seem interested in shooting other people on the other side. It can do it, it's just not really worth it if several people are all doing it at once. A, you might not even get a hit, and B, you're going to get flanked around this side. If I wasn't to have gone down here and you found say 3 or 4 tanks coming up, you're pretty much screwed, and then the flank's complete, they can come around the side and get into the base. Because I know that this is going to be happening, I'm going to try and put myself in this position, as you can see here in the middle, where I can see both sides of this rock and see if anything's coming towards me. My tank's powerful, but in a situation where there's 3 or 4 tanks, my reload time is not going to be ideal, and I've got no backup whatsoever. With me not seeing anything, it's just a case of pushing down as far as possible. It doesn't look as if anyone's decided to come around this side of the map. Again, highly unusual, not something you generally see. I'm trying at the moment to highlight more people to come around. It's only when I get around to this point that they start noticing that there's a massive gap and you start getting help. The people on the other side of the water have been taken out. Every now and then what you'll see on the map itself is not many people are spotted. No one wants to move because they're afraid of the unknown. If you start to be more aggressive in game type, specifically in a tank destroyer, you might see better results. So as I'm coming around the corner, what I'm starting to see is people moving about on their team, trying to move between this side where I am and on the other side of the water. As far as I can see, there's absolutely no one where I am, so I've got free reign to shoot people without being worried at all of being hit. The people on the right side, I did only just notice when I get shot by the Chaffee. No idea how I managed to miss them, but you need to really try and make sure you're aware of the surroundings. Fortunately, my team started coming up behind me, started to help, so it's just a case of trying to weaken them as much as possible and then concentrate on the tanks, which actually will do a lot of damage. The Carnarvon, yes, it's tier 8, but it's not going to do that much damage, and it's highly unlikely he's going to pop out from behind that rock again because he'll get obliterated. With him being shot, there's no real point in carrying on looking at them. I've got a Death Star in front of me that must really try and be taken out. I believe he was using AP because he didn't actually pen me with a Hesh. At the moment, it's just a case of waiting for these people to be killed. Because again, I could do with the backup. I just want to make sure that whilst I'm doing it, I am going to get them here. A lot of people will concentrate on light tanks to shoot at because it's another easy kill. Getting rid of it as soon as possible means that they're going to carry on helping me out. The Death Star that's in front of me, for some reason, whether his pad died or what, I don't know, but he just sat there, so easy kill. Aimed towards the front of the tank, set his engine on fire, fortunately, and then he ended up getting killed. There is a couple of tanks that are in front of me. Again, because they didn't move round, it's given us free reign to hide behind a rock. Being the tank I am, it's very easy to act very aggressive on people and push forward. Obviously, this type of tank, you do need the backup to go with it, but it is available to me. The scores don't really reflect the way that it seems to be going at the moment. I know it says 5 to 7. The right hand side down the embankment has kind of been ruined. It is slightly open. Every now and then I will be checking the map to see where they are. It is not something that's ideal, but it's something to be aware of when it's happening. With that in mind, you have to then start thinking, do I need to start pushing down? Can I sit back and take out tanks that are in front of me? What do I need to do? As it turns out, with the scores at the way they are and then what's been open, we have to try and take the C4 as quick as possible. For me, at this time, it's not ideal for me to go towards the base. I need to start making my way back to my own base, because it looks as if we're going to get over and people are going to go to our base and cap it. The medium that's on top of the hill, every now and then I'm zooming out to check to see if he's actually looking at me or not. In most cases, they will just stay up there and hide as much in cover. Their job itself is just to spot and shoot people in the back. Very unlikely they're going to do anything about it, so it's just a case of leaving him for someone else to take. He's not got much attention on me. Moving down into the water, you can start to see on the mini-map the blue triangles appearing roughly around about our base, and now it's starting to be a bit more forward thinking. We need to push on and just start taking lots of risks. Down in this valley I've got a Death Star and a T-95. It's not something I see until I just come around this corner. The medium is every now and then spotting them for me. With it being a T-95, it's ideal to take him out as quick as possible. And you'll soon see when he hits me that he does me for quite a bit of damage. So he has got the highly upgraded gun. Just fortunately he got a low damage roll. SOS has started to appear. People have started to notice what's happening with the base. It's 9-all, but a lot of their team are a lot further ahead than what we are. But still, with that in mind, I am looking to try and take these out, because I have no chance of getting back to the base without getting shot. It's kind of a hopeful situation that people on our base will be able to hold them off long enough for me to be able to go around and try and get them. But in that case, I still have to take out a Death Star and a T-95, so the luck of the draw. Fortunately, I get a kill shot on the T-95. RNG didn't try to shaft me with a low damage roll. The last one that's down here, being the Death Star, it's not a one shot, but it's certainly something I can try and go for and hope that he doesn't hit me with Hesh, because if he does, I'm screwed. There you go, 844. It looks as if I've got very fortunate luck in that both the Death Stars in this game, we're using AP rounds. If you are going to use a Death Star, don't use AP. And the Chaffee, for whatever reason, was going to try and help me, but failed quite miserably. But yeah, if you are using a Death Star, don't use AP rounds, because you are likely to bounce off the E3. Use Hesh. The situation we've got now is they've got 4 tanks left and we've got 3. Their artillery, for some reason, again, the things that are going on in this game are highly unusual for the other team, has decided to move up to the base, and they are very close to capping it. Again, this is sort of relying on the teammates who've sat back on the bridge and on the water side to try and stop that cap from happening. It might do, it might not. It's just a case of trying to go back. Fortunately, the Patton had a decent shot on someone who had a massive amount of cap points, and it's just a case of carrying on going up just in case they're not able to take them out. As it is, there's only a Panther 2 left, and there's not much chance that he's got of taking both the Patton and the Death Star out. Although he does get very fortunate in being able to kill the Patton. It's a decent little tier 8 medium, but the Death Star basically ruins him. As far as what you're looking for on the map, then, it's just a case of make the decision where you want to go. Try and spread out as much as possible, but don't leave it so that you leave choke points open. Be aware of the surroundings in your map, and be aware of people who are spotted on the other side of a map that you are noticing, whether they are being removed, whether they're being sat still, what they're doing because of it. Another factor is that you want to make sure that the tank you're using is ideally suited for the situation you're in. If you're in a medium tank, making sure you go forward but have cover, make sure you have people going with you. Don't do decisions whereby you're going to be left on your own. Fortunately, with this one, even though we had 2, 4, 6 tanks with 0 damage, we still managed to win the game. Fortunately, that meant I got my times 3 as well. Well, there will be some more videos coming out. This is Mountain Pass done for you. The next one, I believe, will be Mines Encounter. It will be my T-28 prototype. So when that's up, I'll let you see it all. Thank you very much for watching.